So, what can I say? I haven't really seen the films lately, but what I have seen is a lot of Netflix. I'm trying to keep up with the pace of a lot of these shows and films that they're releasing on that streaming service because I feel like everyone is talking about Stranger Things and Umbrella Academy, Easy, and all these TV shows that, I've heard about, but I just don't really care for. I haven't had the time to check it out because mostly I generally tend to hear about films and TV shows mainly from Box Office Mojo or what I see on adverts. So I decided to work a little bit hard this time for 2019 and give two Netflix shows a shot. Turn Up Charlie and Love, Death and Robots. Now starting with the one that you're probably most interested in hearing about, Love, Death and Robots. I was surprised to say it was actually a very entertaining program. I heard about it through the grapevine, mainly because David Fincher and Tim Miller, the director of the first Deadpool film, were behind the project, and it was also supposed to be some sort of spin on the Heavy Metal reboot that they were going to do. Heavy Metal was an old-school animated film for adults that came out in the early 80s. It was an anthology film that was considered quite novel for its time. It came out on the vein of films like Fritz the Cat and Heavy Traffic, which is where this film takes a lot of things from, one can argue. And to see it on Netflix, maybe wasn't quite what I wanted it to. I would have preferred to see it on the big screen, but for what it was worth, with 18 episodes, all totaling to 3 hours plus, it made it all the more entertaining. And there were a lot of short films within that anthology that were very interesting in their own sort of light, particularly for me. One of my favorites was The Dumb, because it was so ridiculous and crazy. It was like something out of Bad Mike Judge or this Trey Parker and Matt Stone sort of skit. And I know Mike Judge used to do animations before he started doing Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill, so maybe some sort of secret alliance was going on between the projects, but actually a lot of the people that were responsible for the animations themselves actually didn't have a famous name, except for Passion Studios, who done a lot of the music videos for Gorillaz, one of my favorite bands of all time, believe it or not. I know there was a few other ones that were also intriguing, like Blind Spot, The Sucker's Souls, Good Hunting, not Good Will Hunting, and Alternate Histories. I wasn't too big on a lot of the photorealistic stuff like Beyond the Aquila Rift or Ice Age, that one that was sort of live action animation that wasn't my cup of tea. I like the ones that are a lot more comic and absurd, or ones that had some sort of political, social dimension into the narrative, like When the Yogurt Took Over or Alternate Histories. And now going on to the next program that I'm talking about is Turn It Up Charlie, which was a hilarious show featuring Idris Elba of l.u.v fame and many other films like Mountain Between Us and so on and so forth, where he plays like a garage DJ who has to become some sort of nanny or maid for a spotty brat American girl living with her parents who she can't really deal with. There's a lot of banter and crazy antics between all cast members. We even get to see Create Even Rewind. There's a cameo on there which just made me laugh, and also the music is brilliant. I love this music on this program. It's so Channel 4, it made me want to have a tear in my eye, because even though I was quite young around the 1990s, I do remember, a lot of the kind of music that they were referencing or playing. So that made me very happy. What would have made it even better is if they played Boards of Canada, of all things, on the episode. But, one can only pray for rain. As far as from drawbacks and stuff, I do believe that they could have done just a little bit better in terms of making some sort of cohesive story. I think sometimes the episode got a little bit too corny or dramatic on certain areas, but overall it was a very satisfactory effort. I'm glad to say I finally completed a TV show without getting bored somewhere in between with it. Because the last great TV show that I remember that aired was Who is America? Sacha Baron Cohen's program, where he mocks politicians on live TV and puts a window through himself by putting himself in disguises. Very much what he done with Borat and Bruno. But that was not on Netflix. That was on Channel 4, or if you live in the US, Showtime. And I also love Disenchantment, which was the other Netflix show I liked after Lilyhammer, but before Turn Up Charlie, Love, Death and Robots, because I'm a Matt Groening fan. I always have been, ever since 1999, 1998, when I first saw The Simpsons on Sky 1. So, if you are interested, feel free to check out Turn Up Charlie or Love, Death and Robots, and you will not be disappointed. A warning though about Love, Death, it is not suitable for children. It is an 18 certificate Netflix show. It's TVMA. So if you think about showing them something as graphic as like The Witness or Behind the Aquila Rift, you might be in for a rude awakening, and maybe a bit of a punishment. This is Skinny Ebert signing off for my first review of Netflix TV shows, and keep on watching.